Welcome to Busan EFM News at 3. I'm Juliette Hom. A global meeting of environment ministers and heads of related international organizations began in the eastern city of Pyeongchang today to discuss ways to conserve biodiversity for sustainable development. The high-level meeting was organized as part of the 12th meeting of the Convention on Biological Diversity, which is underway in the city, 182 kilometers east of Seoul. It brings together some 20 heads of international organizations, including the United Nations Development Program and the Global Environment Facility, and environment ministers from about 50 countries. In a keynote speech at the meeting, South Korean Prime Minister Chung Hong-won said South Korea will make efforts to preserve the ecosystem of the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, a legacy of inter-Korean division and confrontation. The Prime Minister also pledged to double South Korea's official development assistance, or ODA, for biodiversity by next year. South Korea said today that it will not tolerate Japan's continued claim to Seoul's easternmost islets of Dokdo, vowing to take stern measures if Tokyo makes any attempt to undermine its territorial sovereignty. Japanese Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida told lawmakers on Tuesday that Japan will stick to its claim to the islets that lie closer to South Korea than Japan in waters between the two countries. Seoul's foreign ministry said that it is deplorable that Japan has repeated an absurd claim to Dokdo, even as Tokyo has vowed to make efforts to improve bilateral relations. Bilateral relations have been at their lowest ebb in recent years due to Japan's attempts to deny its wartime atrocities, such as sex slavery, and its territorial claims to Dokdo. South Korea keeps a small police detachment on the islets in the East Sea. The Christmas Tree Culture Festival, the major winter festival of Busan, won the main prize at this year's Asian Townscape Awards. The Asian Townscape Awards is an international award established in 2010 to recognize landscape and science designs evaluating excellent role models for other cities. The Christmas Tree Festival had 6.3 million visitors last year, winning the gold prize at the Pinnacle Awards, run by the International Festivals and Events Association on the 29th of last month. Dongguk Steel Mill Corporation has absorbed Union Steel, its subsidiary company based in Busan. Dongguk Steel held a board meeting recently and decided to absorb its subsidiary company Union Steel, holding 64.5% of shares. A staff member at Dongguk said it had decided to merger with Union Steel for the stabilization of financial structure and the diversification of business. The Busan Education Office will hold conversations between the school superintendent and teachers in Busan Asiad City at 4 p.m. on the 17th. Participants were sent open invitations for educators at kindergarten, elementary, middle, high, and special education schools. The death toll from the Ebola virus outbreak has risen to 4,447, with a large majority of victims in West Africa, the World Health Organization, or WHO, says. But the rate of new infections in some areas has slowed down. Now for the weather. Today's weather in Busan and Gyeongnam will be mostly clear. Waves will rise from 1 to 3 meters in the seas. Fine dust concentration levels are normal today. It is currently 21 degrees here in Busan. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. Now you're listening to Busan EFM.